Hey, it's CJ here. Welcome back into True Point of Creation and another one of our quick collage videos. Well, this one might be kind of like a collage experiment, although it's not really an experiment. All my collages are kind of experiments, you know what I'm saying? But this one, there's an experiment taking place. So you'll see what I mean when we get it done. But for now, we're just going to cut through it. It's going to be a start to finish collage project. We're going to start it today. We're going to finish it today. It's going to be a quick collage. We're not going to do too much details, but we're just having fun. Hopefully this gives you some inspiration to go create some collage art of your own. So as always, we're filming this in a time-lapse video. We're going to go ahead and mix it with some music, put it on the page to have a YouTube video short so you get that quick transformation in under 1 minute. Those are always really fun as well. This one's going to be kind of weird, kind of different. Like I said, an experiment is taking place. What type of experiment, you might ask? I don't even know. Nobody really knows. That's part of the fun. Either way, this is gonna be fire. Check out this one. This has nothing to do with it. It just came out of the clippings that I found when I found these other clippings. And I was like, man, I need to use this somehow. But it's the matchbook. It's on fire. I don't know. I really like this piece right here. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. But it is stacked on top of these papers. So I need to move these out of the way. I have that one as well. So let's move those. So this piece right here is the foundation of it all. But you can see my cut is really wonky. Really weird. I don't know where this is. Do you know where this is? I think it's in like England. I don't know, maybe Britain, maybe it's like Wales or something. I'm not really sure, but that's kind of the theme I want to go with this one. The problem is I want to use this as a backdrop, but I need to get this all straightened up. We can't have it looking all wonky like that. A few of my collages, I look back in the past and I look at the video and I'm like, oh man, I should have straightened up the edge before I finished that. But you know, we're just kind of blowing through them. They're all quick collages. They're just for fun, you know. So I'm gonna grab my plastic ruler here and we're just gonna straighten up the edge. Let's try to find a good number here that's gonna make it straight. Looks like we have it lined up pretty well. Kind of wondering where this might be. Where do you think this is? You can drop a comment and let me know. Where do you think the background is? Where this experiment is taking place? We need to find out. We need to get to the bottom of this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a good cut here. I want this cut to be nice and straight, and I don't want to have to cut it twice because that'll kind of mess the picture up a little bit. So let's just make sure we slice it really good this time. That looks pretty good. I think it came off pretty good. Oh no, my scrap bin is missing. I'm gonna just throw that on the floor. We're gonna need to grab the broom after this because I'm gonna throw all the scraps on the floor because over there on the other side of the room, I was doing some magazine cutting and watching YouTube at the same time. So I was cutting up some magazines and watching YouTube, and my bag's over there. I need to get another bag. That one's almost full of paper clippings. I don't know. We're going to have a bonfire or something. Maybe we can all meet up and we can like burn magazine clippings. That'd be a fun get-together event in the future. Where do we think this is? I'm not sure. I'm going to say Wales or something like that. Sounds cool. I like it. There's a person there. You're not really going to see that person. Maybe you will. I'm not sure. But we have this close-up. I like it how it's dimensional. It's really dimensional. There's the rocks and everything around. We're going to bring this all together, hopefully. This is going to be quick. I don't have a ton of stuff to add to this one. Ooh, I noticed the white, this paper is kind of messed up. You might not be able to see this. Let me get it real close. There's like some fading of the ink right there. There's some fading of the ink, but it's not a big deal. Maybe that'll come together into a picture. I don't remember where I got this from. Where did I get this one from? Oh, it was like those Lonely Planet magazines. I gave some of those away. I cut up a bunch of them, and there's some interesting stuff. I like this picture, so we're going to keep this picture. So let's set it to the side. It's very important. It's very fragile. It's fragile. Let's see which one I'm going to pick, because I don't want to give it away too quickly of what's actually happening, but I have a couple different things here that I want to add. So let's go ahead and start with this because it makes absolutely no sense, but it's really cool. It's a cup. Here, it's upside down. So it's like a cup inside a cup inside a cup inside a cup. Sounds like a song. It's a cup inside a cup inside a cup inside a cup. What? It's just a crazy little cup thing. We're going to cut it out, and I got to remember that I'm doing this time-lapse thing too, so I'm going to need some video for the time-lapse because there's not a whole lot of cutting. This is going to be a quick collage project. Just really fun, really interesting. Hopefully it gets you some inspiration. Let's pull this in for the time-lapse camera. Are we ready? Am I ready? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. I'm going to cut around this cup. Let's see. I think some of this is going to get cut off and we won't see it all, but I do want to go ahead and keep it because maybe I don't cut it off and then maybe I could use it in a future project because it is very unique. So something different. Oh no, I'm going to run out of board space here. Let me pull this up a little bit. Okay, I had to make a turn here. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I can keep that. Oh man, I'm kind of losing that first line. It should be okay though. I think it should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make the curve here. It's really hard to see because it's like white and then it just fades just a little bit. Looks like I'm way off on this, so I'll try to fix it right here. Get back into this round part like that. Okay, hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. It's kind of a little weird, and I think I did kind of give it a weird angle there. Let me bring the scissors around and fix this real quick. You know what? I may have messed it up a lot, so I got to go down 1 cup to try to fix it because I cut that other cup too high, and I can't have that, so got to kind of fix these up now and redo the line. We lost 1 cup, so it's not as tall as it was supposed to be. Just trying to make it even, you know what I mean? Just trying to make it look a little even. I don't know if you could even see. I guess because the glare, you're probably not seeing it that much. But if I bring it up here, you can see the details of like a cup inside a cup inside a cup inside a cup. What? What am I going to do with all these clippings? I need a bag or something. Maybe I should get up off my butt and go grab me that bag real quick. Let me do that real fast. Okay, just too many small clippings. I don't really want all that all over my floor, which it gets all over the floor all the time anyways, but we got that. What did we lose? Not too much. We got this white paper. We could use that for scraps. All right, we got our cup inside a cup inside a cup inside a cup. We'll set it to the side. We're knocking it out. Now we need to get this cow. We need this cow. Let me go ahead and strip this off real quick. Don't cut the cow's hoofs now. Where did I set that? Keep those scraps. I just need to get this cow real quick. Let's see how we're gonna milk this cow. Let's start down here. It looks like I'm gonna have to cut in between the tail, and you know I can't leave that there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the end of the tail, work around the body, and then I'll come back for those details. Here we go for the time-lapse camera. Let's get it in. Where's the beef? I just had some beef jerky. It's still stuck in my teeth right now. It was really delicious. It was spicy. It was hot and spicy. I'm gonna cut around this cow because I saw this cow and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely need it. You know, out in the fields out there. We're gonna say those are fields. It's kind of hilly, but you know, the cow's still grazing. He's still trying to eat some grass. There's not too many details to this cow, just his ears right here. His, hers, going around the top. Come on, Betsy. Maybe you shouldn't name your dinner. You know, these lights here, sometimes they work against me because they're so bright and it lights everything up, but since I'm always collaging with magazine paper, it puts a hard glare on some of this stuff. As you can see right there, I kind of cut into the breast of the cow, so one must be careful. And that's why you'll always see my hair poking, because that's when I really gotta lean in to look at something because the glare is hitting so bad. Maybe I could add a light from behind me and that might help. I don't know. Got so many lights here. It's like a stadium here. At least you're able to see some of it. Sometimes it blows it out where you can't even see it as well, so makes it a little tricky, you know, but we're just working with what we have. Still got to get those details there. We're going to come back and get those details, but it's a quick collage, so we're not going to get too crazy with our details. And we don't even have a lot of pieces for this one. It was just a fun thing that I saw and was like, oh yeah, got to make that real quick. So here we are making it, and I have the day off today, so I was excited to make a piece of collage art and be able to make a video for y'all to enjoy and hopefully give you some inspiration to go make your own. These little details down here, and hopefully it don't look too wonky. And then I have here between the tail. Yeah, I cut down that side. Let's cut down here. I think that's gonna come together right there. And I can just round this off. It's a little bit of hair here, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, will the cow come out? Yes, the cow did come out, and that piece fell out. So, looks pretty good. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. I'm here with the supply of milk and beef that you need. I like this color right here. I'd probably use that in the future. Let me set that to the side. And we have our cow. We need to set that to the side. It's going to be in the field. Now, the angling of this picture is kind of weird. I'm not really sure if all these angles are going to work. But let me pull in this lady because she's taking a picture with her phone. I don't know. Yeah, that's a phone. It's not a camera. It's just her phone. I don't know if this is going to work down here. This might be too much. But I'll go ahead and keep it for now. If I have to cut it off just because of the dimensions of the picture, we'll just have to see if it works or not. So let's get our lady here. Wait a second. She has a bunch of hair strands here because it's blowing in the wind. Between her fingers right here and around her fingers. This is where a person could look really weird if you start cutting off their fingers or making them look weird like that. So that's going to take some detail cutting right there for sure. Let me just go ahead and go around right here, and then I'm going to loop around that, and then I'll come back and deal with those afterwards just so I can get the main picture, you know, cut out all this stuff, and then I'll come back and get her fingers. So it may look a little weird at first, but it's going to make sense, trust me. Here we go for the time-lapse camera. Hopefully the time-lapse camera is not like, what is happening? You just left her fingers like that. And it's like, yeah, I did. I did that right there. She looks like she might be in New Mexico. Kind of fitting for this. What part of New Mexico are you in? Is it Albuquerque? I've been to Albuquerque a few times. Just passing through. I'm just passing through. Don't mind me. Just taking pictures of the sky. You don't really know what I'm seeing here. See, this stuff I don't have to worry about too much. It's just her sweater, so I don't have to be right on line. I don't want to leave like the blue sky or whatever color sky that is. So I can just cut into her sweater a little bit and it should be fine. Ooh, acting a little weird right there. Okay, let's go and not be weird around here because this is where the details are going to be at. So I'm just going to go up and out and around. I know it seems weird, but at least I'll be able to come back and grab those details. And since I'm going to come into it, I'm going to go ahead and try to get right on the back side of her hand. So I don't have to mess with that part when I come back. And even for her hair, you know, I don't need all the hair strands going out. If you just give her a little bit of bumps, kind of how her hair is, then it should be fine. And anytime there's a little blue sky in between, I just cut those off. And then I'm just going to kind of round it out here and make it seem like it just went into her sweatshirt. I'm not going to keep all the bumps to the side of her jeans either. They're too tight, but they're too long, and so they got all bunched up on her. I'm going to fix those for you, girl. I'm a stylist. Hair stylist, clothes stylist, collage stylist. I'm going to leave this dirt down here. I don't know. It's kind of out of focus, so that's why it's going to be a little weird to see like where the dimensions come into play, how far away this is, you know. Things are too close, things are too far. There that goes. There's a pretty little bird back there. Check that out. That's cool. We could definitely use that in a future collage. Let's put it in our scrap pile. Except for this is being really weird. I'm gonna do that just to save myself a hassle. Save on the hassle. Let's go ahead and get this out between her legs here. Make it so there's nothing here. See what we can come up with. Go ahead and do that. Wow. Okay, here we go. It's about to come out. About to come out. There it goes. A little bit left there, but that's okay. Now for the tricky part. Let's see if we can get here. This is going to be weird. Should I do the top first or the bottom first? Let's do the inside first, and then we'll come around for the rest of it. You're gonna have to be gentle, Hans. Gentleman, be gentle, Hans. And now my stomach's all upset. It's growling at the jerky. It says, don't be playing with the jerky after you eat the jerky. Come on. Come on out of there. You let go. See, I hate that when it does that. It leaves a little bit of white left behind because the cuts weren't quite lined up right. Makes it look all raggedy. Raggedy Ann. Okay, something's going on over here. I'm going to have to be really detailed and see if I can get this. Let me actually pull it closer to me. I don't need this for the time-lapse picture. I need to actually see what's happening right here. Okay, I kind of got around her fingers here, but of course she had to be doing that weird, like, hold the camera and hold your fingers out thing, you know? That's typical for this, but trying to make it not look weird around her fingers. You know, not trying to add too much detail, but here I am adding all this detail. Could have just maybe left it there. But now I see a piece between her hands. Well, first I have to get this piece right here. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. Okay, one last piece here between her finger and the phone and her head. Don't mess it up now. Here it all goes on this piece right here. Ooh, it fell out. It fell out. Look at her, look at her, look at her. Focus. Focus on me. Oh, there it goes. You see her fingers? I did that. I did it. I did it. It ain't too bad. You can see she's got that weird finger thing where she's holding the camera out, and yeah, I think it worked pretty well. I mean, I did what I could, you know. It's a little tricky, little tricky. Okay, I had to dump all those scraps out of the way. So, we got our cow, we got our girl taking the picture, we got our background. Should I spoil it for you? Should I spoil it for you? I probably should just go ahead and spoil it for you. Give me 1 second. So actually, you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out this last piece, put it all together real quick, and then I'm gonna give you a quick reveal. I figure I might as well not spoil it with the cutting, because then you would know what it was, and then you'd be like, oh, okay, I already know what's gonna happen. So actually, let me just go ahead and cut out this last piece, put it down so they're kind of stuck in place and they don't move and everything, and then I'll give you a quick reveal. 1 second. Well, okay, it looks like this turned out to be an experimental collage video after all, because a lot of the pieces that we tried to use didn't end up working in this collage. As you can see, this girl, I got her down here trying to take a picture. Look, I took this little white piece of paper and tried to make it like a flash. Didn't turn out very well. Maybe I'll use it in a future collage art piece. It was just too bright and too much daytime, and you'll see what I mean here in a second when I show you the reveal of our final collage art piece. It's going to be a little tricky to turn that into a YouTube video short, because some of these clippings that we're using did not end up in the final piece. But are you ready to see the piece? Are you ready? Boom, there it is. Check it out, we got the UFO. It is sucking up the cow. I told you an experiment's about to happen. They're about to do some experimenting on that cow, but it looks like it's sucking up the whole earth. I really like the feel of it. See, there was a bunch of text on this picture, and I actually had 2 pages here, and I had to bring them together, cut off a bunch of text. I brought in some triangle effects, trying to make it look like it's all getting sucked up into the UFO. It's an unidentified flying object, and they're taking this cow, and this guy right here, he's a witness. He saw it all happen. Too bad he only had a flashlight and he didn't have a camera, or we would all have the proof that we needed. Anyways, I just thought it was a really fun, quick collage art piece. It didn't turn out how I was expecting, and I guess that's kind of how all these videos go, is I'm not really sure how it's gonna go. I have an idea in mind, and then sometimes you just gotta switch gears, and then you come up with something cool and fun. You know, I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope this video gives you inspiration to go create something cool. Even if it doesn't work out, just go ahead and go with the flow and then start changing things up, and you never know how it's going to end up. You know, I had a lot of fun making this one, and I really like how it turned out. If you like how it turned out, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that, and it helps the channel grow. If you want to watch more collage art videos like these, there should be a playlist on the screen. You can go ahead and watch those. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.